when you look at that data, obviously nothing has happened in construction. We're as productive as we were in 1987.
Oh, that stat is crazy.
I know. But where you see a massive shift, if you look at the figures, everything has been pretty flat, apart from for one big thing, and that is white collar job productivity in construction. Because between 1987 and the first 5 years, to mid 1990s, 1992 to 1995, the productivity of white collar work in projects doubled. And then from that peak, it has come down. And if you look at the latest figures, it's as productive as it was in 1987 again. But that was the first big wave of computerization. And that was when we suddenly got better planning tools, laptops everywhere, and desktop computers everywhere. We had, things, I forgot actually when Primavera first came out, but definitely MS Projects and those kind of things. So suddenly
probably 90s, wasn't it? Late 90s.
Yeah, so Microplanner was still around, and that was kind of, old planning software. Suddenly, everybody could do that, and it was much easier to do that. And that led to a massive amount of explosion of productivity. So I think now we're thinking really about tools and tool chaining again, and also thinking about how we can do things differently. So I think particular generative design space, AI for generative planning is probably nascent, but we see really interesting products emerge in that space that are actually working and have a positive business case with generative AI. Some of the stuff that I've seen around generative design of data centers and hospitals, but also highways and stuff like that is really, really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as absolutely transformative. We've used AI also in forecasting for projects and planning projects.
Yeah, I saw there was one piece of research you did about the Hong Kong government, didn't you, about using AI to predict project overruns?
We did. And so the simple answer to that is, we used the tried and tested methods that now is called machine learning, because it's nonlinear forecasting. So if you think about classic earned value management approach, you have your CPI and your SPI, your cost performance index and your schedule performance index. And if you use those for forecasting, because you have that index, it's like the slope for forecast. You just ram a straight line at the SPI or CPI slope through your project. But projects are not linear. Typically they actually follow some sort of S curve.